By MPW Mocklink TV and Mocklink Internet, online at mpw.org. Each weekday morning, our local talk segment brings you the people who are helping move our community forward. Let's start the show.
Good morning, AM 860 and FM 95.1, KWPC. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us this morning for Moving Forward. We're glad to have you in the studio with us here as we kick things off again on a Thursday. And it's brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Say hello to Mocklink Phone, your new local phone company. Fiber customers get it now. Switching is easy, and you can keep your old number. Learn more at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us here in the studio. And in the studio with me this morning, Charla Schafer and Kelly Rushford from the Community Foundation of Muscatine. How are you this morning?
Great. Hey, thank you for having us this morning, Jordan.
We're really excited to have you in, as always. Charla, I've spoken to you on a number of occasions and seen you just whereabouts whenever I'm out and about and there's stuff going on in Muscatine, you seem to be there. So,
Well, the good thing is there's a lot of good people floating around and doing good work within our community.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. So, Charlie, you just recently moved over from MCSA over to this position, correct?
I did. Actually, I moved in July. So I had been at the Muscatine Center for Social Action for a few years, and this opportunity opened to do community building a little bit differently and get a chance to work with Kelly. And so it's an exciting change. And, of course, as you well know, I left good folks back at the MCSA running the place. They're doing good work there. So
Scott Dahlke, I love having Scott in the talk.
He's a good dude. So
and he's driven.
Yeah, well, you know what? I said the thing about the folks that I left at MCSA as well is that they care about the people they serve, and so good things happen from that.
Absolutely.
You bet.
Well, so tell us a little about the Community Foundation. Can you guys give us a rundown what it is that you do here in Muscatine?
You bet. I'll start, and I'll let kind of Kelly jump in. But the Community Foundation exists to improve the quality of life in Muscatine through philanthropy, and quite simply, what we do is we focus funding dollars and leadership on amplifying the strategic change and the important work that's going on within our community. So, Kelly, do you want to add anything to that?
Sure. A lot of times what we like to focus on are programs and services. So I am the manager of programs and services at the Community Foundation. So basically my job is to be in charge of grants and scholarships. So we just took on the scholarships for the Muscatine High School this year.
Okay.
And we put everything online. So
cool.
I think the staff and the students both are very happy to have everything online. It's much an easier process. So we've done that for both scholarships and granting. So currently we are going through a few granting cycles for the fall, and yeah, it's going pretty smoothly. We have one that's already in the reviewing process, and we have two that are open for applications currently.
What all do these scholarships cover? Are they specific to, like, say if they're going for nursing or something like that?
They cover a wide range of career choices or even backgrounds. We have over 100 scholarships available on our online scholarship program. So, and each of them are just a little bit different. So some of them are geared more towards your career path. So a lot of them want to know more about your character, how you handle adversity, things of that nature. And so we have 47 reviewing committees to handle all of these scholarship applications that come through. Yes. So it's quite the process, and I can't imagine what it was like in paper form beforehand. So I think the staff in that regard is very grateful to have it all online now.
And for folks that want to find out about these scholarships, where can they go to check that out?
Our website.
Just your website. Is it muscatineCommunityFoundations.org?
Yes.
Excellent.
You know, I think it's interesting. When I arrived, what I didn't recognize is the level of support that was going on through the Community Foundation. In sheer dollars, it's $300,000. Is that right? That'll be allotted to the kids through the different programs this year. Just through the scholarship program this year. And to Kelly's point, it's across the all different phases of scholarship opportunities, but it's even from traditional to trades. And so whatever the student is interested in, and, you know, we talk a little bit, and, of course, just the cost of college and how difficult it is and how that impairs, or even the trade schools, how that can impair someone from being able to make those choices. And this is aligning people and the kids to, you know, be able to reach their full potential. And
Absolutely.
so it's just incredible, the dollars that flow from individuals and businesses and, from memorials and bequests, but again, giving back to the Muscatine community.
And I can tell you, as a recent college graduate, signing your name to those numbers at the beginning of school, that's a scary deal. So having scholarships like this that you guys set up that's a big deal. Scholarships are huge. So definitely, if you're listening now and you have a college student, you are a college student, look for those scholarships because they are a big deal when it comes to getting school paid for. So, what else? What more is going on with Community Foundation?
Well, like I said, the granting opportunities that are happening right now, both of them are actually kind of related to health at the moment. So we have the Muscatine Health Support Granting Fund. So that used to be a foundation in and of its own that was created for medical, kind of from the medical background. The Unity Point health clinic kind of started that fund, and they granted quite a bit over the last several years.
I'm just going to add, what's really interesting about that one is Dick Stanley. Dick Stanley was so instrumental in our community, and Dick Stanley was instrumental in getting that Health Support Foundation fund set up, and also moving that to the Community Foundation with just an incredible group. They have an incredible board. But again, long term, one of the things about the Community Foundation, and we can talk a little bit more about granting, but is often dollars are set for immediate impact. And with Community Foundation, they have the ability to set for immediate impact. But what the interesting thing is that they also anchor the dollars for long-term giving. And that's exactly why the Health Support Fund is still in operation, because they took that perspective. And that's really a critical piece, is people can place their money, but it gives this anchoring for the community going on. And so, how many? You said, I think. Do you remember how many dollars have gone through that one over the? It's
over the last 30 years. It's been about $5 million.
Out of that Health Support Fund.
Right. And so we're really excited to have that as a part of our granting collection that we have to offer. This year, we hope to reach the $1 million in giving mark through our granting programs, which is a pretty big deal, and that's really starting from 2013, so 5 years, where it's taken us to get to that 1 million mark. So this fall, the end of this fall, we are hoping to get to that mark.
That's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Just in this granting cycle since August forward, we'll give out over $250,000 into the community.
Wow.
And a couple things, again, because the people that came before us were strategic and sat down and said, how do we serve the best? And we are considered a accredited community college or community foundation, and one of the first 100 within the United States that were accredited. But with that, we get a couple different opportunities that brings dollars back into the community. Because of that, we actually get $200,000 a year for granting through county regranting for Louisa and Muscatine County, and had our founders and the folks that came before us not set it up that way, those dollars wouldn't be flowing into our community. And we gave to probably 40 different organizations the last time we did the regranting. We also have the opportunity for when people give to us that they can get a 25% tax credit depending on where they put their money, which means they can give more for less. And that, again, is because of the foresight in trying to assure we were accredited and serving the community in the best possible way we could. So those dollars you think about the dollars that are able to flow through because of that wouldn't exist without. It's pretty impressive.
Wow. So it's been a lot of planning, even just to get, and I'm sure you guys are doing the same thing. You're setting stuff in motion now that may not come to fruition for maybe years down the road. So a lot of that for Muscatine, I'm sure, means that there's going to be those dollars in the future for those organizations that need it.
They've grown. They grew the foundation nearly the 25 million mark, and that's been over. We're closing on our 20th anniversary. And there's going to be some really cool things going on to celebrate our 20th anniversary next year. But what's occurred is, to that point, as the conversations and people realize where they can plug their funds in. People often are looking to plug their funds in, but because they have passion, they want to support their faith-based community. They want to support the arts, social services. Obviously the kids and the nutrition and things along those lines. And when they start to see a way they can do that, and we can help them with that, we can help them save while they do that, so they can actually give more. And it used to be, Jordan, we saw a lot of people that would give, but they'd wait till they pass. So they'd do a bequest, and anymore people they want to give while they live, so they can be engaged and get the energy from their and see those things occurring. And so we give that opportunity. And again, It's not necessarily we want to give so much this year. We're going to give so that we can give on ongoing and into perpetuity.
Gotcha.
And that builds a stronger community.
It does.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Again, the grant thing going on is right now we've got a nutrition grant. Do you want to touch on that? I mean, I think we've probably touched, or Scott has in the past, 1 in 5 children in Muscatine are food unstable at some time during the month. And so Kent Nutrition Group's trying to help with those things. And again, we've just got such a giving community.
And I'll let you jump into that in just a second. I want to take a moment. Remind everyone that this part of Moving Forward is brought to you in part by Comprehensive Rehab, offering occupational care after an injury or illness for you or your family member. Be sure to check out Comprehensive Rehab over there, not too far from here at the building, actually. So Comprehensive Rehab, thanks for making this possible. Once again, in the studio with me this morning, Kelly Rushford and Charla Schafer. Kelly, tell us about the Kent Nutrition Group, what they're helping you guys do.
Yes, that's a fairly new program, but they wanted to set up a granting for a need that they really saw in the community, both in Louisa and Muscatine counties. So their reach is really growing. They started this last year, where they are wanting to give in. Basically to help youth nutrition. So as they go along, last year they had available $12,000 to organizations that were with that goal in mind, and this year we're hoping for the same, if not better. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Kelly just kind of wrapped up a program with talking about youth that's really interesting, where some dollars flowed to Muscatine thanks to the Muscatine China Initiative, and we're able to send some kids over to China. That might be, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I can certainly talk about that as well. We sent, there's a 100,000 strong initiative for our relationship with China, and I know that several people will go downtown and they see that there's a few storefronts that have taken over for that initiative, and what we've done to help facilitate a cultural bond is to send. We can send up to 13, but this year we sent 11 students from Muscatine High School and from MCC to China for a month over the summer to learn about.
Whole month, wow.
A whole month, yes.
Cool?
So they were fully funded. It was we consider it a scholarship program, but it was fully funded. They went and they stayed at a college in Hangzhou, and which is just south of Beijing and Shanghai, closer to Shanghai. But they spent a month there at a college where they learned about Chinese culture, Chinese language, and clean energy. So it's put on by the Wangsheng Group out of Chicago. It's, of course, a Chinese company, but their base is in Chicago, and they've been very generous to provide funding for the entire trip. So
excellent.
Yeah.
They were trying to get the kids out. They were on their way home, and a typhoon was rolling in, and so Kelly was concerned. But anyway, they made it out just in front of the typhoon, so it was a great trip. But we thought there might be a delay getting them home.
Yes,
so anyway, it was an incredible educational opportunity that wouldn't have existed again without the Muscatine China Initiative and the work they were doing, and some alignment with the Community Foundation.
That's very interesting to get to actually send those students over to China for a kind of a cultural experience.
Exactly.
That's really cool. Really cool. Yeah. Well, anything else really going on? We're in our final moments here on Moving Forward. Anything else you guys really want to touch on? Think that folks really ought to know?
Go ahead, Kelly.
We've got scholarship season coming up.
Great.
We also have, we're helping facilitate Louisa County's online granting program, which is coming up this winter. And we're just really looking forward to hit into 2019 with a lot to offer. So
yeah, I just want to thank Voice of Muscatine. You guys show up every single day and give back to the community in so many different ways. One, by promoting it, and two, by the different activities you do to try to support some of the strategic activities going on in some of the social services. And we just want to say thanks for your work as well.
Well, we appreciate that. We really try. We want to be as community driven as possible.
Absolutely.
Because we love the community here at Voice of Muscatine. Everything that we do here that's our purpose, is to push the community a little bit further ahead. So
we appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me in studio this morning. Excellent. Once again, Kelly Rushford and Charla Schafer from the Muscatine Community Foundation joining us here this morning. If you're a college student, be sure to go check out their scholarships that they've got, because it's going to be coming up before you know it when you're going to be needing those. So make sure to check that out as well. Thanks so much for joining us for Moving Forward this morning, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. MockLink is always Muscatine's fastest internet, and gigabit speed is coming. MockLink TV beats satellite and includes video, music, and music streaming. New subscribers save big, even more when you bundle. Learn more at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. This has been Moving Forward here on the voiceofmuscatine.com.
This has been Moving Forward on KWPC AM 860 FM 95.1, the voice of Muscatine. Moving Forward is brought to you by MPW Digital TV and MockLink Internet, a designated Blue Zones worksite. Browse to mpw.org. And remember, Moving Forward, local guests making good things happen in the community. Weekdays at 8:15.